So we go do the show and stuff like that, and I meet his, DeRay has this bodyguard, this dude named Trey.
Oh, one syllable.
Trey's a good guy.
Trey, he is a good guy, but he also...
Fuck
yeah.
you, Brendan.
Why?
With like,
Dude.
we get it. You opened for him 1 weekend of levity. It's, Trey, you know Trey?
Oh,
Cool,
yeah.
cool.
Classic DeRay. He lets me call him DeRay.
Is he still dating Babs?
Yeah.
Tell her I said hi.
Oh,
So we're talking about what we're going to do after the second show starts an hour and 15 minutes
What
late.
night is this?
This is the first night. The second show starts an hour and 15 minutes after it's supposed to. So it's now, cut off to drinking is 2 a.m. in Connecticut, right? So we get done with this late show, and now it's pretty much like 1 o'clock. So the plan is like we're going to go out, but we got to go out now and find a place. So there were two options to go that everybody was telling. And Hartford, Connecticut also, not the wealthiest area. It's got some pretty sketchy parts in it.
My
So
mom
they go
went to college there.
So they go, whatever you do, don't go to this one bar. I think it was called Envy. And they were like, that's the hood bar. And then D-Ray was like, we can do hood. We good with hood? And then the guy Trey was just like, yeah, no, it's the problem. And they were like, no, literally.
like, yeah, we could definitely.
Yeah, I was like, where's he going with this? Honestly,
I'd rather not.
to be fair, once Trey was like part of the picture, I felt I was not. Pavich and I both, we were talking about it. We're like, we feel zero fear.
Yeah, but
out
he's
of
only
control.
commissioned to protect D-Ray. He doesn't give a fuck what happens to the two
we're not.
hanger on white boys.
For sure, but it was still like he sends out a vibe of you don't even come around this area, kind of the immediate area kind of thing. So D-Ray goes to us, he goes, so what are you guys up to? Like, what's your guys' plan? And Matt was like, he was telling me, he was like, we're going to get invited. We're going, if they want to go out, let's just go out with them. And I was like, yeah, but are we invited?
You guys had a hotel, right?
We had a hotel,
Okay.
right? And so we go, are we invited? And he goes, no, dude. He goes, D-Ray definitely wants us to go. Fast forward to D-Ray, just go, so what are you guys doing tonight? Because Pat goes, we're going to, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're going to go to this club. What are you guys doing? And he was just like, whatever, man, we're down to do whatever. And he was like, cool. And then then an Uber comes, and then they're like, all right, we'll see you guys later. And then Pavich like convinced me at that point to go on, and he was like, we're right behind you in an Uber. And so then we were waffling back and forth, and we should go.
This is getting sadder by the moment.
So we go, yeah.
We're right behind you.
Yeah. I was like, why didn't he could have got an Uber that fit all of us? You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I guess so.
But there were three of them, so I guess it's like that's an extra thing.
No,
whatever. So.
I mean, it didn't sound as though he was inviting.
I
you to
didn't
hang
get
out.
the impression that we were invited, but again, I've known D-Ray 4 hours at this point, and I'm like, maybe I'm misinterpreting signals, and he also just assumes we're coming, because Pavich is telling me like, no, you're crazy, dude, like he told us to like all these other things. I was like, did he? And so we decide, he's like, I ordered the Uber, we're doing it. So I'm like, all right, we go to this place, right? It's this nightclub that's, as we pull into it, there are people like flooding out of the club, and there's like everything from the drunks to fights. Nobody has shoes. People don't have shoes on. Like people are shit faced. We pull up to this place. We go up to the Uber. The Uber guy was super cool, and we're like, hey man, we're only gonna be here till 2, so probably like be around the area too. He goes, yeah, great, I'll come back. So he closed the door. He turns out of the parking lot. We walk up to the club. The bouncer takes one look at us.
Wait, you said that to? I'm sorry that I just did that to your
Yeah,
story,
yeah.
but you said that
right
to
in the fucking.
I know.
It was
I
a
realized
very
how
weird
much
thing to say to an Uber driver.
Yeah, to an
though,
Uber driver.
because
You
I
said
it's in
assume there were
rural-
several options.
Yeah.
It's in like rural Connecticut.
They're like
he was
2
saying he
Ubers?
wanted the business because it's wildly slow.
Sure.
Oh.
I mean, if I had to, I mean, it's the peak of the story.
I know.
So-
I really hit it on the punchline. He's like,
The worst-
we
I
walk
can't-
up,
I'm not
you
even-
go to the
yeah.
bodyguard,
Yeah, and then I'm honestly, it's gonna be like a joke on stage.
And under the curtain was.
Yeah.
Excuse me. What was the thread count of said curtain?
Yeah, I think it's important to know if it was bought at Bed Bath & Beyond with a 20% off coupon, because to do anything else is simply irresponsible.
I am blown away by the fact that you followed them. You followed them.
That's not.
Yeah,
that's not
it
that
was-
crazy.
That is crazy
That's
and
not
sad.
crazy. You
No,
go, hey,
because
we'll go
it
up
wasn't.
the-
First off, I want to keep making this clear because it's not seeming like it's coming across. I did not want to do that because that's what I felt the vibe was. He was telling me that my vibe was wrong, and maybe it was, and maybe he did want us to come more, but never said come. So we show up to this club. We go up to the bouncer. This guy is already looking us up and down, like he's looking us up and down, like it's gonna be a thing, and he just goes, "What?" like as if we were on his porch. You know what I mean? Like on his front porch. We're just like, hello, you know, like
He's like,
just here to teach you about the Mormon Church. You know, so
that's so funny.
so we fucking
Have you heard the gospel?
Yeah, so we say, hey, you know, like we just wanted to go, and he goes, club's closed, and then like looks down, and Matt goes, I know, man, like I know it's only 1:30 though, and like it closes at 2. Like we actually have friends in there, and I said to him, I was like, if you're gonna use it, like pull out the DeRay card now,
Sure.
you know, and he just goes, we got friends in there, and he just looks up and he goes, club is closed,
Yeah.
and then we just went, have a good night. And then we turn around, we get a different Uber, which is then like 8 minutes away. So now we're waiting. They go, this bar across the street, this place called Margaritas, that's the place you go. That's like a fucking where if that place is like too crazy. So we go, all right. So we walk across the street there. It's been closed for months. I mean, there are
It's like a
cobwebs.
Binghamton comedy gig.
Yeah, non-existent.
Aw.
So we it's a fun time to bring that up.
Call back.
So we go fuck. So we wait out in the cold, and we're like, oh, that sucks. And we just go back to the hotel. We're like, we'll fix it another way. So we smoke a ton of fucking weed, and we're having a good time. And we go to bed. The next day we see DeRay when we show up, and we're like, oh, like, did you guys ever go out last night? And like, yeah, we went to that club. It was like, it got crazy.
Everybody
in
was
there.
getting blowjobs.
No,
if you were in there.
it was the opposite of that. He's like, we got in there. He's like, Trey almost got into 4 separate fights. He's like, there was blood all over the floor. Somebody got hit in the side of the head with a bottle. He's like, and then, you know, we were just there for like 30, 40 minutes. And I was like, you stayed.
Yeah.
Like, Trey's like fighting everybody. Like, just like in a circle. He's just sitting there.
DeRay's
Like,
sipping a fucking Incredible Hulk in a booth.
We only got like 3 Heinekens.
yeah.
We got out
So
of
we go, oh man, because we tried to get in, and then like, and he's like, we're like, oh yeah, the bouncer. He said to DeRay, he goes, yeah, he tried to pull that with us in the beginning. He's like, I was in the car, you know, the bouncer, you know, Trey walked out and walked up to the bouncer to try and talk to him. The guy was like, we closed, man, and then he just goes, I got like a friend with me, DeRay, and then DeRay's like, yo, what's up, man? The guy was like, you DeRay Davis? He's like, get your ass in here, like, like
We got blood. You like blood?
smack anybody you want with the bottle, anybody you want.
Plenty of fights for Trey.
Yeah.
Keep him busy.
Yeah. So he goes, and he goes, oh man, and I go, yeah, man. I said to him, Pavic, I told you we should have mentioned, we should have dropped DeRay's name. And he goes, man. He goes, I'll be honest, dude. He's like, I forgot all about y'all.
That's when you wanna make your Irish goodbye.